Starfield gets absolutely ripped to shreds in this interview. Make sure to watch to the end.
There's an interview by a mainstream publication about Starfield. Here we go.
Okay.
I haven't seen this yet.
Why did you not optimize this game for PC?
Bro's going straight for the throat just right away. He is just going for it. Wow.
What?
We did. It's running great. It is a next-gen PC game. We really do push the technology, so you may need to upgrade your PC for this game, but it's got a lot of great stuff going on in it, and the fans are responding awesome.
And that's obviously the automatic comeback. Oh, your PC is not good enough? You know, just get a better PC and it'll be fine. I feel like that's kind of a sad take, honestly. Especially as the game developer, like, no, I don't know. I don't know if that's reasonable. You know, it should be able to run on a range of PCs, not just only the highest end, in my opinion. At least to be, you know, accessible to more people, to more players, to more money. I don't know. That's an interesting take.
Kara and I have been reviewing the gameplay. We've also been reviewing some of the discussion.
Oh my god. I don't know. Is Starfield running well on your PC or not? It's running well on mine. Mine blew up? Oh, wow.
Online.
I've heard that. I've heard that some people's machines have just absolutely kicked the bucket on that game. It's bad.
Phil, good to see you. Xbox Game Pass, okay, it's available to anyone that subscribes. So how can you guarantee from a sort of sales perspective that you kind of hit the heights that Skyrim has? If it's available to anyone through Game Pass, how do you ensure people actually play it?
Good question.
Well, we can see people playing, which is great, on the platform.
I love that hesitation on his face right before he answered. I know there's a delay, but you can kind of see in his eyes he heard the question and he was just like, okay, I'll answer. Okay.
You might know the game has been in preview for the last week, and it's already our most.
I haven't done one like this before, but I've done something like this, and there's a very long delay. Yeah, there is a delay. It might not seem like there is or not, but it is.
No, and like I said, there is a delay. We know this, but you could see the recognition of the question on his face, and then he hesitated after that, like, okay, I guess I'll answer it like this. Like, you know, you could tell he was hung up on that question for a second.
Played next-gen exclusive game on Xbox. So we're seeing huge success. It's our biggest wish-listed game on Steam across Xbox and Bethesda Game Studios history.
Nice.
And now, as you said, tens of millions of Game Pass subscribers and the standard edition retail customers all get to play today. So incredible day, new franchise launching, and it's a lot of fun.
And I'm sure you...
I mean, yeah, to Bethesda's credit, like, it is cool that they actually, you know, took a little bit of a risk in creating a new IP. It's not a huge risk because they still used, you know, the same engine, maybe updated, but still the same engine, and a lot of the same types of, like, mechanics and stuff like that. Like, they didn't really take a huge risk, I would say, but, you know, they did take a risk, and it seems to be paying off for some people.
You want to dwell on the here, the now, Phil, but you've been asked, and I'm going to ask it again, you mentioned exclusive. So does that mean the Elder Scrolls 6 will be? How do you mark as to whether this is the right track? Phil?
Yeah, we look at it on a case-by-case basis with the game.
I love that. She's actually got to prod him on that one. Phil, hello?
That we
That's
build.
Great.
We want to make sure our games are available in so many different places, on our Xbox consoles, on PC, also via cloud. These games can come to almost any web-enabled device. We're looking at...
Bro, I feel like these people don't like I feel like guaranteed there are people in the comments calling Bloomberg Sony ponies. Guaranteed. It's actually funny.
They are ragging on them pretty hard, but I mean, hey, you know, that's their opinion, right?
Millions and millions of players who will have access to Starfield and other Xbox Game Studios games. It's really about giving players choice around how they want to play, and they build their library of games.
What then, Todd, about timing. What then about other names, other games, Zelda, for example, Baldur's Gate, that have done significantly well? How do you think about
Bro, they're just shitting on him. Oh my god.
Seriously, they are ripping into them. Hey, by the way, what about this massively successful game that's, you know, blowing everything else out of the water right now, including your own game? How do you feel about that? It's just crazy.
They're just getting absolutely shit on.
making sure everyone's addicted to your current offering right here, right now?
To be fair, it is absolutely true. I looked at Baldur's Gate 3 just yesterday on SteamDB, and, you know, Starfield is up there. I believe it was 5th on the list of, like, active concurrent, like, most played. But Baldur's Gate 3 was still 2nd by a long shot. It was like, what was it, like 500,000 or 600,000 players, and Starfield at that time was like 250,000, something like that. It's getting crushed by Baldur's Gate 3, and Baldur's Gate 3's been out for a couple months now. It's crazy.
No.
You know, I think if you look at video games now, it is so competitive. I think this year, 2023, could be the greatest year ever in video games. I don't know, but to have Starfield be out.
That's a fair point. That is absolutely a fair point. It has been a huge year for video games. So, I mean, it's not really an excuse to say like, oh, we didn't make the best game or something like that. Like we whatever, we probably could have killed it more, but it's been a really, really good year for video games. Like, I don't know if that's the best excuse, but it is an excuse, and it's true. It has been a crazy year for games
there, and the response that we've gotten has just been incredible for everybody here at the studio. And the other thing is, yes, it's about launch, it's about today, but our games, they are played for years. You know, we're 12 years after Skyrim, still one of our most played games. So we like to build these worlds that people can really, really get lost in. The fan feedback and what it means to everybody, it really is incredible for all of us here.
It's so true. Skyrim has always just been massively popular, and for a long period of time now it has been. It has a very like devout core community of like modders and players of those mods and the continuing play of the game. It's true, but you can't really hang on the success of that one game and just continue to push that as your kind of like, I don't know, like, hey, everyone be biased towards us because we have such a great previous game. Like, no, you have to like bolster up your new games as well. When you design them, when you release them, the whole process, it has to be better each time to continue that fan base and new fan bases growing onto these games. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of just only like, well, we have this crazy history of making good games. Well, no, all of your games should be good. That should be the goal, right? That's what I think.
Todd.
Okay.
I want to go to another one of the audience questions, and it's very specific.
Please, can you guys ask why is the map like this? Like, have them look at show them a map of Neon and be like, how do you read this?
But so many people...
I've seen the maps. I know what he's talking about. It is pretty confusing.
Asked it. Why are there no vehicles on planets? Space is one...
Jesus, bro. This guy is out for fucking blood.
Absolutely. No punches pulled on this interview. Man. Absolutely true, though, by the way. Why are there no vehicles? I've seen plenty of gameplay of people just running and running and running on empty planets, or planets that are not completely empty, but you want to get to the next thing of interest. It's 700 units away or whatever, and that ends up taking you like 5-10 minutes to get there, which is boring. That is boring. It's a slog. Like, give me a vehicle so I can at least enjoy, I don't know, getting there a little faster and doing little drifts or cool little things in my vehicle. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's so weird.
Where the fuck are the vehicles? This is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like usually they'll ask a few, this is usually how like interviews go, right? Is like they'll ask a few nice questions and then, they'll butter them up a little bit and then they'll cook them.
Yeah, especially on release too. Usually, usually outlets are pretty, like news outlets are pretty nice on release. Like, hey, this is exciting for you. You know, what are your plans? How are you going to update the game going forward? This is pretty cool. But no, these guys are tearing into him. It's crazy.
Bro, this guy comes off the rip and he's swinging.
Yeah.
But what about terra firma?
It's a great question, actually. It's something we consider. You know, we're going to do outer space, we're going to do planets.
Yeah.
Once you do vehicles, it does change the gameplay. So by focusing, once you land in your ship, that you're on foot, it lets us really, for the players, make it an experience where we know how fast they're seeing things. In one sense, you do have...
So it's a rendering reason. Understood.
Yeah, either rendering reason or the way that I read that was like, well, we already made the game one way, and if we added vehicles, it would throw everything off. Too hard. Too big, too hard. Nope, no thanks.
It's because of rendering, guys.
Yeah.
Vehicle, which is obviously you have your spaceship, you can go around in space, but then on the surface, you do have a jetpack, which you can upgrade, which is super fun, new experience for us. And
super fun, jetpack. It goes up mostly, not forward, but, you know, whatever, super fun. Yeah, that's not exactly the question that's being asked, but, you know, it's true. It's true. That is new transportation in terms of Bethesda games. They haven't really had a jetpack before. So, yeah, it's fair.
Obviously, planets have different levels of gravity, which make that unique for many planets.
Phil, this is, you know, so closely tied to...
Here's the real reason they don't have vehicles, okay? Is because if you had a vehicle, you'd hit the wall on the planet in like 5 minutes. Like, like, as a player...
True.
I think that we want vehicles. From their perspective, I would tell them, please do not do vehicles. It will only hurt the game because people...
Absolutely. That's an absolutely fair and true point. People running into that wall in like a few minutes instead of like what they say is like, oh, you know, you can walk across the full procedurally generated map in like 45 minutes or something like that because you're walking. Yeah, if you can hit that wall in like 2, 3, 5 minutes or whatever, and you just kind of, you even more, it instills that feeling of like, wow, this is empty and there's nothing. Yeah, that would definitely hurt the game.
We'll see how small the areas are.
Right.
Xbox. And I find it interesting. I have to ask you about the latest offer from Microsoft and Activision to the UK CMA. Do you think that that structure will be accepted with the UK CMA?
Uh-oh.
You know, we're working cooperatively with the regulators as we've had through this whole process.
You know this is going to be some bullshit answer. Like this.
Yeah, he's definitely getting ready to do CEO speak right here. He's doing the political blah blah blah. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm giving you a non-answer answer.
This could be like, oh, we respect this space and we care a lot about it and we're working with them.
Exactly.
As you're well aware, it's been a long process. We remain confident in the work that we're doing with the CMA and the European Commission and here with the FTC in the US that we will close this acquisition.
There it is.
Another rather specific question for you, Todd. What's been your favorite means and operation, like your build out there? What's been your favorite build or indeed favorite, well, means of traveling through space?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
Space.
Favorite means of traveling through space? Well, you know, when I'm doing my ship,
I can't tell if that was a dig or if she's just, I mean, pardon my French, but kind of being a ditz there? I mean, what the heck? Maybe she just doesn't know anything about the game, or maybe it was a dig. Because I could see it being a dig at the transportation again. Like, hey, you know, there's no vehicles on planets. What's your favorite way of getting around? And then, you know, the obvious answer is like, well, all I have is walking and jetpacks, so that's how I do it. I don't know. It kind of feels like she just didn't know what she was talking about, though.
I like to focus on shields and defense because you never know what's going to happen when you jump into a new system in the game. As far as character builds, one of the things we love to do, which is there's so much you can do in the game. It's almost like 5 or 6 games at once, and we usually tell people just get comfortable, do what you want to do. If you want to zen out and scan planets and explore them, great. If you want to join the pirates, great. If you want to do this epic main quest, it's really whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with. And really, for us, it is, we do these worlds, but it's about the players making it, you know, their own.
That was a good answer, I gotta say. I mean, he definitely flipped it around and molded it into a complete, like, well, let me just spin this in a light that I can sell the game a little bit more with my answer to your question. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good game director speak. Good kind of like, yeah, good political speak.
Todd, this game took 7 years to make. Does generative AI now allow studios like you to expedite the creation process?
Ooh. Yeah, he's going for it. This guy on the right.
God.
This guy on the right is absolutely going for the throat, man. Hey, yeah, so this game took way too long to make. Are you, how do you feel about AI just making things way easier? Is it going to be way faster to develop now, or what? Dang.
This guy.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yes, quickly.
Well, it seems we want to do that every time. We want to do it faster.
Okay.
And there are areas where we can go faster, but these are complex projects. They're big technological innovation going on. There's so much design. This game has over 3 million words in it. So
big technological innovation using the same engine that we built Skyrim on, except maybe we updated it a little bit because graphics are slightly better. Not vastly better, but, you know, slightly better.
we do like to make really big games. Those will take some time, and as you mentioned before, the competition in our industry is quite high, the bar is high, and we want to get there for all of our fans every time.
Yeah. Woo!
So much can go faster.
This is probably one of the best interviews I've ever seen.
I gotta say, I agree. I think it's possibly the best game interview I have ever seen. They really just went for it. They were not holding back. That was nuts. That was nuts. Yeah, this was a good video. I really enjoyed this. Wow. We need more interviews like this. We need more just go for it interviews where they're not like, you know, I don't know, paid off or something like that. I'm not saying they all are, but you know, that's kind of the feel you get when it's just like, oh, super lighthearted questions and haha, this is great, you know, happy for you. Like, no, ask some real questions. Like, I'm actually glad he did that. It's refreshing to see. Hey, I want to get to the nitty gritty. What's going on here? Why is there no vehicles? Why is traveling boring? Like, what is this? That was refreshing. It was actually a really cool interview to watch. Well, what do you guys think? Is Starfield the greatest game ever, or is it got some rough around the edges spots? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like, a subscribe, and I will see you next time.